presents the Tubcast.
Whoa! Where am I at? Where am I at? Somebody help me.
You're in the tub.
I'm lost. I'm afraid I'm in a foreign land. What have I've stumbled across 3 other handsome gentlemen.
And
They're not wearing pants, but they're wearing shirts. I found them here in this desolate land.
That's how we live, right?
I'm so excited to be here.
Captain's log.
14. There's only been 13 other
But
logs.
wouldn't that be Stardate first?
It's our date 970.
0.3.
6. Appendage 3. Welcome to the Tubcast.
Thank you.
It's a show on the internet, and it's also on your phones if you have a podcast app, and then it's
But
also
that's because your phones are on the internet.
if you're old school, you could have like an iPod, and then you could connect it to your laptop, and then you could download our episodes.
Then it would
to
not be
that.
on the internet.
Yeah.
True.
Then it would be completely offline, and the NSA couldn't listen to you listen to the podcast, the Tubcast. But we want the NSA to listen. We're desperate for anybody. Oh my gosh.
It's true. If they're listening, please tell us.
Thank you.
We just want to know.
Yeah, just listen regularly.
Maybe we should just like say some random like words that might trigger the NSA to like be concerned, like bomb.
Pipe bomb.
Yes. Terrorist.
Nitroglycerin.
No?
Hot dog gun.
Oh, no.
Was it in
You did say gun.
hot?
It's a cannon, really.
What if they just misunderstood you? If you were just like your buddy Al, you know, like you maybe like had a bit of a fight, and you were just like, yeah, Al kind of got in a fight with me.
Kind of.
Al Qaeda got in a fight with me.
And then they were just like, red alert! We got us
Just
a
love
terrorist.
terrorizing me.
Well, not if Al Qaeda got in a fight with you.
I mean, he kind of got in a fight with me. Okay, Al kind of got in a fight with me.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
And he kind of caused some terror.
I mean, he'd been a real terrorist at work.
What's your favorite form of water? I think ice is the best.
Yes, I agree that ice
Yes.
is the best. I agree. Yeah, it's frozen, you know, but I like the way that when you have a drink in it, it just explodes in your mouth. The flavor explodes.
It really does.
It really amputates your taste buds in a very violent fashion.
But if you used a crock pot,
Pressure cooker, you mean?
pressure cooker,
That you want to seal in the flavors.
you could
Yeah.
seal in the flavors.
Yeah, a crock
and
pot wouldn't really do
expand
anything.
on the race to your mouth. The marathon to your
Anyways.
mouth. I don't know.
Welcome to the Tubcast. This is
you.
the time of your life. I don't know where you've been. I don't know if you've been like just out there floating in space, or if you've just been sitting on your couch.
I've been sitting on my couch.
Whatever. I mean, sometimes you just got to sit on your couch, right? Just
Yeah.
make sure you shift. You don't want like bed sores or hemorrhoids.
Butt
so
sores.
shift every once in a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna get them little pimpies on your butt from
Those
the
are
sweat.
pressure sores.
You got to watch out for them. But wherever you are, we're glad you're here with us. We're going to just join hands now. And,
Conjoin? Is that what you just said? We're literally going to conjoin hands.
Conjoin, yes.
Yes, we're conjoining. What?
It's like,
Nathan is trying to start this.
all right, everybody go join hands.
conjoin?
Conjoin our hands. That's a weird way
You know
I
what?
did it.
what
Sorry.
that's
that
the
was a weird
you
way
know
that
what?
you did it.
Kuipers,
When it's
thank
two
you.
guys
Kuipers, get your
doing that, there's
there.
always this dominant. Who's going to
Why
take
is
the
Kuiper's
dominant
hands
position?
so sweaty and clammy? What have you been doing over there?
He is producing.
Are you
okay?
that nervous
Producing the
about going
show.
live?
He's producing.
Does that make you? I feel bad. How's your heart rate? Your hands are so sweaty.
I feel like right now, Kyle, I've got the feminine grip on your hand.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I
feel
don't
like
know.
Is that a thing? Can we like
cross
do
finger.
this?
All right, now everyone.
Interdigitation.
This is
There you
going to be
go.
really gross, but we all must do it. All of us cross fingers.
Interdigitate.
All right.
Oh, Kuipers, even into the crevices of your fingers, it's sweaty. Kuipers,
You're welcome.
why is it so damp?
What are we doing?
Why do you have
Is
such
it
a
moist?
finger crevice?
Kuipers, air interdigitation.
No.
Oh no,
Yes.
that's happening. I feel it.
Now it's full circle.
We've all.
Oh no.
This feels uncomfortable to me, so let's do the rest of the show this way.
Okay.
Okay.
How am I supposed to produce the show then?
I don't know, Kuipers.
When I have a free hand.
It's fine.
No, you
I
don't.
don't.
Okay, I'll let go.
Okay, let go of that hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long do you think we could go with the show like this? How long? Any bets?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm willing to go the whole show.
I feel like
Wait, are we
you've
putting
got
Tubbucks
the.
on this?
You have a free hand, though, Nathan.
Yeah, exactly.
That's because Kuipers. Okay, fine. I'll put mine up back up. Just
No, Kuipers, you can keep.
Kuipers, ignore my hand. Just use your hand for what you need.
So
yeah.
is the person who quits first?
the
Never
loser?
mind.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Never mind.
What?
The chicken.
This is an experiment.
Yeah.
This is
Uncle
happening
Chicken?
live.
I've never been fingers crossed with this many men at the same time.
2?
Yes. This is a new record for me.
Only one at a time. That's my normal limit.
I feel especially sorry for you if his digits are really that moist.
They're
in
moist.
between.
I feel like mine are becoming moist because of his moisture.
That's
Realize-
typically how moisture works,
Yes,
Eric.
thank you.
Realize you
Sure.
started this.
I know.
Okay.
I regret it all.
You can stop it at any time.
I regret all of this.
Are the people in the chat joining
I
with
don't.
us?
Yeah. Are you
Are
holding?
you guys holding someone else's or your
Cat,
own
I've
hands?
seen people leaving the
Cat
chat.
Bandito left the chat.
He's like, or she is like,
They're
Like,
they
what was this crap?
not into this.
I'm not watching this. This is
I
uncomfortable.
mean, the bearded dudes, that's hot, but the holding hands part is where I draw the line.
All right, everyone. I feel like we've done it enough. Does everyone agree? Is everyone in
I'm
agreement?
still willing to go the
mean-
whole show.
Okay, Nathan, I need a drink.
We don't have any.
No, I got one.
I know where
Actually-
some is.
I got one right in front of me.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you were
Lean
saying
over.
You
You have
needed
a straw.
Yeah, you
I
have
thought
a
you needed
straw.
a
I can't get
stronger
to my
drink in
can.
order to do this the whole show.
So, what's everybody been up to? What's
Just
life?
holding hands.
What's life been serving you on the platters of life that it serves the life on? Nothing,
Nothing.
Nathan.
Been a slow.
You got anything? Nothing.
My mic got pushed all the way down because I was resting my arm on it.
All right. On the count of 3, just so nobody loses, we're all gonna release from this awkward position and finish the show. Okay? 1. I feel like everyone's too afraid to release fingers. Because if we do, then it's like we've given up on this thing that we just made up that doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter that Eric created.
Eric, why don't you come on,
That
Eric?
describes this whole show.
The thing Eric created that doesn't matter.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh boy.
All right. On 1, I'm gonna start from 3.
Okay.
We're gonna go down.
Jolliver says it super matters.
3, 2, 1. Release. Everyone, Jeremy refused to release. I knew he would do that. He wanted to win.
Yes.
He always wins.
That means they won too.
I mean, technically, my hands have not moved.
Yeah, you released.
Oh.
I didn't release.
I felt a release of pressure.
My hands are still in an
your hands are still-
interdigitation.
Kyle had-
Oh my gosh, we
Kyle-
missed out, guys. Look at the chat.
Kyle
Jolliver
had
says,
release.
if it keeps up, you'll get a $100 donation this month.
Oh.
I'm still here, Jolliver.
Wow.
Gosh, we really screwed that one. I didn't. It was too late.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, welcome to the show.
You win,
everyone.
Kyle. You're the most manly.
Sometimes you just got to have a bonding exercise. You know, sometimes the little, what is the webbing between your fingers? It is damp.
Just like
I feel like though to
on
complete,
the hands.
to complete the bonding, we then have to switch positions.
No, let's please stop.
No.
So that you have
No.
two unique people that you didn't hold hands with.
Thanks, Jolliver. He at least gave us 100 bits for the effort.
Hey, thanks for the bits.
Thank you.
He
There you go. A
showed
cheer.
us his bits.
Wow.
We-
That's all we have to do is hold hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hold hands and we'll get all the bits.
All right. Comic-Con. New plan. We're holding hands.
Holding hands.
The whole weekend.
That's right.
What if we could get everyone to lock hands into a giant chain across the whole auditorium?
All the way through all of
Hands
the aisles.
across.
All the aisles.
Hands across Okamicon.
Join
Yes.
hands.
Yeah.
Start a love train. Love train. People all over the con.
Join hands.
Thanks you.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's good. That's good. That's good.
This, life comes at you fast, but nobody has anything
I
that
thought you were gonna say box of
flew
chocolates.
by them or into their face.
Life comes at you, box of chocolates.
No, is life.
trying to think if I've done anything.
Box of
exciting.
chocolates
This is
is
my
life.
head.
I've been watching The Wire recently.
You mentioned that before.
Yeah.
You're still
Yeah.
keeping up with
I'm 2 seasons in now.
Good job.
Man,
That's commitment.
it's a good show.
I've never watched it. I should give it a shot, maybe.
Yeah,
I
it's
especially after I heard that they like remastered it all, put it out on HD on HBO Go. I was like, okay, yeah.
You're
I
like,
think
it actually has potential
might
now.
watch it.
It's a pretty. It's pretty compelling.
Have you ever watched The Sopranos?
I have not.
Oh,
that
man,
might need to be the next thing. I don't know. There's
That's really good.
that. HBO has a lot of stuff that looks
Like
really good. Like
Barry
the
is
Newsroom,
excellent.
which I haven't
The
watched.
newsroom's pretty good.
Oh, the newsroom I love the newsroom.
I
Yeah.
want to watch Deadwood mostly because I like Timothy Oliphant playing a cowboy.
Yeah, he's good in that.
And so there's that.
Barry is really good.
Jolliver says Oz.
Oz. Oz seems disturbing to me, but I might give it a shot.
That's the one about prison, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It might be good research for the game A Way Out.
That's true. That's true.
Could be good research for that.
I would suggest watching Prison Break then.
Yeah, that's probably a little more.
It's too late. I'm already in prison. I don't have time to get a tattoo.
I did watch
of
Prison
the
Break
of the
until the
map
second season,
on my
and then
body.
it got a little crazy. I'm like, when are they getting out? Anyway.
Jolliver says there's a lot of prison festivities in Oz.
Was that your whistle?
That's my the little party horn.
I did.
Oh.
I did
wow.
start
That
watching
changes the theme.
Narcos season 3, but I'm only like 3 episodes into
Season-
that.
Really?
4 episodes. It's the one without the white guy.
Yes, season 3. Season
Yeah.
4 isn't out yet.
No.
What are your thoughts on that so far?
It's
how
pretty
far
good.
into it are you?
I can't remember. I think like
Couple
4, maybe.
Okay.
3, maybe 5. I don't know.
I felt like it was still pretty good, and it.
Pina Holt carries it pretty well.
Yeah.
Sergeant Pina.
I think it's just
Pina.
it's the
Pina
matter
colada.
of getting used to it being a different perspective.
It's one of those shows though that you cannot play on your phone or do anything else while you watch it because there's so many subtitles.
Yep.
You will have no clue what's going on if you look at your phone for very long. So it is one where I feel like, man, I'm watching this. I got to commit to watching it.
It's true.
And so I do. I don't always go to it right away because sometimes I just want
Yeah,
to do
because the best shows are where you can also play a
kinda
game on your phone at the same time.
kind of zone out or something.
Well, because I've had that same thing happen where I'll be like watching even just The Wire and like look at my phone for something, and then I'm like, I just missed something that seemed like it was important and have to rewind. But it's that extra layer of not even being able to pick up any of the language in half of the scenes. It just, I don't know. I liked season 3. I'm excited for season 4. I think that's supposed to be out soon. Or this fall, maybe.
I like to usually season with 5 seasonings.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the 5 seasons of specialty.
The
I see that.
Scolopendra. Did I say that right?
Hey!
Scolo.
It might be Thescalopendra.
The whatever.
Thescalopendra.
Telescope.
Yeah.
Telescoprinda.
Well,
Pendera.
hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
Welcome.
Greetings.
Sorry if you missed us holding hands. That
Yeah.
was a special moment.
It
But
was.
it was one in a lifetime. Or on YouTube later at youtube.com/Midnight.
I saw they're advertising the next season of Luke Cage is going to be out next week.
It's out tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow already?
Madre.
Wow.
Comadre.
Yeah.
Wow, this week came and went real quickly.
So I can binge it this entire weekend and be good.
Yeah.
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 Is that what your plan is?
I don't know. Maybe.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah. I like Luke Cage. I like the.
I like the first season of Daredevil, and I didn't mind
Jessica Jones?
the Punisher, and those are the two. I think those are my favorites of them all. Jessica Jones was fine the first season. It was okay.
Second season took a few weird
First season-
turns that were just like, where are you going?
First
with
season
this?
of Luke Cage was fine too. It was like good.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the second seasons have been really weak.
Have you been watching the new teen drama Marvel show?
Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
No, because I value my time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to.
I haven't
by not
been
turning
watching
my
that.
I
volume
watched
off.
1.5 episodes and that's it.
Was it good?
I don't know. I can't remember. It was a week and a half ago.
You were sleeping.
I just know I watched part of it and then I never went back to it, so it must not have been good.
That guy who created the World According to Garp title, he died.
Wait, what?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead. What?
I was just gonna say, I think that the Cloak and Dagger show definitely seems like it is geared towards
I
tweens.
like that Jeremy just went to Netflix and it loaded Netflix Kids on
Yeah,
his thing.
I guess my kids like my computer.
What you gonna watch?
I
What are
was
you
trying
looking
to.
at?
Oh, The Ranch. That's what I've been catching up on. Season 5 of The Ranch. Anyone check that out?
No,
Really? You
I
guys
saw
don't like that stuff?
no. I saw
I
one
thought-
trailer for it and was immediately like, I don't
What?
want to watch a worse looking version of that '70s show set in
That
modern
70s
day.
Oh wow!
I
Because it's
prefer
got a
honey
couple of the
mustard.
characters
It's
in
not
it.
that 70s
Yeah.
show at all, but
No,
it's,
but
It's got lots of f bombs.
I
well,
mean,
there.
that
Now we
tells
turned
you
us
it's
all
good.
around.
Well, I figured you might like it now, Kyle.
The guy,
I don't like things just because f bombs are dropped in them.
I know,
Well,
not just because.
but they drink beer too.
yeah,
I mean,
a lot of beer.
Oh,
I mean, if I
okay.
could watch the Teletubbies where they drop more f-bombs, that would just be quality television.
Well,
I
I
would
mean,
watch it more often.
But yeah,
Maybe.
I mean, I would at least watch an episode of it to see what happened. Yeah, because that sounds like that would be really funny.
Yeah, I no, The Ranch. I'll admit I watched a few episodes of the first season because I was curious about it. But yeah, I just
Maybe it's because I grew up on a farm, so
Oh,
I'm just
sure.
weird,
That's
you
a-
know.
that's
And
a-
I'm almost 40. I'm old.
Jeremy, ranches
So-
and farms are not the same thing.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. you know so many things.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Thank you.
Jeremy needed someone to tell him
Yes.
that. Really put him in his place about like agriculture things, because I mean sometimes he's just a little off base on that stuff.
It's rough.
He doesn't. Does he have his what's his face? Does he have his mustache in it or not? I feel like he does.
Sam Neill
he have
or
a back?
Sam Elliott.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Because it was in Justified. He didn't have his mustache.
Yeah, that was really weird.
that was uncomfortable. I couldn't.
It
handle
was
that.
uncomfortable. I felt like I was looking at an old friend, but
It was just
a
weird.
stranger.
The thing about The Ranch is that watching a Netflix series where they have a laugh track or a live audience thing is just
Doesn't
weird
feel
to
right.
me. It's just so
Well,
strange.
I'll tell you what. They hit on some, like, they don't pull punches with some like real life family tragedy and
like quinoa for breakfast.
no.
I know that was in an episode I watched.
Oh,
It.
okay. All right. Good.
Okay.
they had quinoa at breakfast, you know?
Yeah, he is having heart issues, so he had to eat healthier. That's the mustache guy.
Quinoa for breakfast, hot or
but that
cold? What's your
comforts
thoughts?
me.
Huh?
Hot or cold quinoa? Which is better?
Cold quinoa. Ugh.
Yeah.
No, hot.
Okay. I prefer
I-
hot too.
I mean, I guess you could. I've heard people put it on salads. And
Oh, it's
they
like a
have
cold pasta salad, but it's a quinoa salad. They have like dried cranberries in it, and
I mean, that might
you can
be fine.
have like a side of yogurt with it and mix it in.
I'd try.
saying,
I'd try
I don't
it.
like
might,
it,
I might
but-
try it. I don't know. I like quinoa a lot. I like what I like is a little quinoa with some Greek seasoning on it.
Oh, there
And then
you go.
and then you put a over easy egg over that, and then maybe melt a little Asiago cheese on there and some sharp cheddar on the quinoa itself, and you cut it
Really?
in like
now
the
we need our
cheese-
cooking show.
the
to
cheese
start.
and the yolk kind of melds together
to
with
this
the quinoa,
gooey,
and it's
just
almost
amazing-
like mac and cheese tasting in a way. It is one of the best breakfasts.
Why
you'll
have
ever
we
eat.
not done that show? The cooking show. Let's do a cooking show. I'll show up at your place, Eric, and you can
Okay.
just cook something.
Okay.
And then,
And then
I will
he tastes
I will
it.
taste it for
And then
you.
tell everyone if it's good
and
or
tell
not.
everyone how delicious it is, and they should.
And
try
here's
the
what makes the
recipe.
show the best.
Mm-hmm.
Eric always adds one special ingredient he doesn't tell you about, and you have to guess what it is.
All right. I knew you were gonna
You know what? I know what Eric said, and I didn't have to hear it.
Yeah,
I have a reasonable guess.
It's the right
that
one.
would be a secret. That would be a secret ingredient that you would not want to.
And he would
let
have
anyone know.
readily available.
You wouldn't want to let that out of the bag.
Yeah.
Now there's a
welcome
lot.
to the chat, Betwitched.
Betwitched.
It's been a while. They said hot is
It's
how they would
between
like
a while.
To, that's how they'd like to eat
Ooh,
it,
yeah,
like
hot quinoa.
rice.
Make it like rice. Yes.
Yeah.
I cook it. Usually my wife prepares it when we make quinoa, but you prepare it with instead of water, you use chicken broth, and it gives a little
Yeah.
more flavor. It's much tastier that way.
We used vegetable stock one time.
That's
but,
good too.
Yeah,
especially if
adds
you're
a little
going
flavor.
vegan.
But yeah, I like making rice bowls with quinoa,
Mm.
like in just instead of rice, you're
Yeah.
using
But
quinoa.
then they're not
and then,
rice bowls.
No, but I
quinoa
mean,
bowl.
it's like the same. You use a
There's
lot
more
of like
protein in quinoa, less
the-
arsenic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, like
And
your
bleach?
stir fry veggies and stir fry whatever. Yeah, meats. Kind of like you would have an Asian rice bowl, but
Yeah.
making it with quinoa instead of rice.
It's a great conversation.
Anyways,
What? Why? What's
next
wrong
week
with
on the
it?
quinoa
Nothing's wrong
cast.
with it.
Jeremy, you took us here by asking about the
I
ranch.
didn't.
Yeah,
that's
technically,
true.
somehow the ranch
Hey,
brought us
you know
to
what?
quinoa.
I think it's a good show. Get over it.
That's fine. You can.
I am over
like
it.
it.
I'm not
What
even.
do you want
I,
from me?
I was never under it.
I knew
mean,
you guys were going to
clearly
attack it,
enough
and I said it
people-
anyway.
That's fine.
Clearly
means I
enough
really
people
liked it.
No,
the
it just
noodle.
means you like us attacking you.
That's
No,
true.
no.
That's 100% true.
It's what
I think.
Is that a thing where like people that like to get spankings?
What?
Is that why
Where
they
are
called
you
you
going?
Jeremy Spankenstein Holtz
Yeah.
in high school?
Because they didn't.
You like the spankings.
It was Herb, actually. We've had this
Spankenstein.
conversation
Spankenstein.
Spankenstein.
because of the dog commercial. Remember?
Spankenstein is a disappointment.
So many things. It's a great laugh.
Oh man, that was a good one, Nathan. Thank
you.
Well played.
What would Spankenstein have coming out of his neck instead of bolts?
Just tiny paddles.
Well, I was thinking like belt buckles.
It could be spatulas,
Ooh.
metal coat hangers. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a whole variety.
There's some childhood things coming up right now.
Oh, sorry. Thought that's where we
Once
were
my mom
headed.
spanked me with a piece of like train track, like toy train track, like the.
I was really hoping you meant the literal thing. I was like, how
Wow,
did you...
your mother is
rip.
amazing.
Rip that thing out of the ground. That's how mad
Still
Eric
had the
made it.
spikes in it, but she avoided hitting you with the spikes.
You know, I mean, my mom had some dignity. I tell you, she punched me in the face one time. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I punched my dad in the face one time, and I felt really bad.
I bet you did.
Well, you know how you like...
Did he punch you back?
No,
Is that what-
well, we
oh,
were
okay.
like goofing off, play boxing. You know, like you do sometimes with your dad. You know,
Yeah.
ha, it's funny, and he'll slap your head a little bit because you know you can't get a punch in on him.
Yeah,
right,
and you got
Kyle?
mad.
Are you getting upset about this? Like this, kind of like this.
Yeah.
And then and so I was playing too, and he
I'm gonna get
leaned.
punched here, aren't I?
He leaned into the punch, thinking I was going farther, and
Yeah.
I ended up catching him.
How old were you?
About 14.
Oh, so you had a little.
So I had enough
little gusto behind
yeah,
it.
That was 2
he-
weeks ago.
He actually had a bloody nose.
Oh man.
And I started bawling because first I thought, oh no, he's going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he didn't, I was like,
Oh no, my dad loves me, and I feel even worse.
yeah, because I just made my dad's face bleed. yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
It was a terrible, tragic experience.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds tragic.
I've never punched my dad.
It was
Good for
accidental,
you.
though, so he was okay with it.
Good for you. I only one time when my dad was spanking me, I got scared and I peed my pants on his lap.
That actually is funny.
and that. did
Hey,
not-
kids,
That was not.
that's a great way to get out of spankings.
And what else is better is then when that makes him even more angry and you dart under the coffee table to get away, but he swings at you with his belt and accidentally racks himself in the groin. That doesn't make it better. Just gonna say. But
No. It's only when you start laughing that it becomes not
let's
better.
just say that night, me 1, daddy 0. Retreated to the bedroom. It's life is a box of chocolates, like we said at the top of the show. You just sometimes you get the chocolate, and then sometimes you get the
Sometimes it
toothpaste
melts.
stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get pee in your pants.
And then that spreads to other pants because we learned earlier moisture spreads. You had to have been here the whole time to understand
Yeah.
that joke.
So go back and watch the rest
Just
of
go
it.
ahead and go to the.
Here's Steve.
All right.
You guys want to hold hands?
Ah,
Sorry, I didn't go back far enough.
Has anybody done anything else this week that's been fun? Did you see any movies? Did anybody see Solo 7 times?
no.
I'm not Trevor.
I should have.
One time.
Solo. You guys saw Solo last week, though.
We did
didn't
see
you?
Solo.
Right,
We-
since
we
the
saw
last episode of
As
the
a group.
Tubcast.
We
We
talked.
grouped it.
No, he did not. We were off
you
air
sure?
last week, not last
That's
year.
right. We were off air last
Yeah.
week.
So how'd you guys like Solo? I know it's a little late to be talking about Solo, but I'd like to get.
It's underappreciated.
Yeah.
I mean, I had fun.
Nathan, let's
You
back
didn't
up
walk
here
out
a
on
moment.
it.
No, I didn't walk out.
He
Yeah.
Nathan, I still think that some of the reason that you didn't enjoy that movie is exactly a big reason that you expressed after we walked out of the theater, is that there are a lot of dark parts in that movie that with your colorblindness, it was harder to pick up on some of the things that were happening.
That put me in the wrong mindset. Yes.
Yeah.
Like during what part? Like during the beginning, or just all through
During
the
the whole first half, there was a lot of.
It was really dark.
There was a lot of stuff that was really hard to make out, and I was like,
That's really. I never thought about the colorblindness being an issue.
So it was almost
with
an
that.
audiobook for you
I suppose, yes.
Did you enjoy that audio adventure?
with a couple of like shades of gray pictures at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that really sucks. I never thought of that.
Yeah, I,
mean,
hadn't
not
either.
from the movie.
But Twitch says saw
that movie.
Deadpool 2. That's
Also
a good
a
one.
good
I
movie.
enjoyed that
Yeah.
one. So is that the main reason you didn't like the movie, Nathan, or did
No,
you just think
no.
It, like
If it was just that, I would have gone, okay, whatever. So it's a little hard to see, but because I was in the more critical mindset of it from the get go, the moments where things happen just because we know they're supposed to happen really stood out to me.
as being bad?
Yeah, and really often
Forced
forced. Yeah, like
getting his gun.
getting his gun and. Oh, I'm not going to call you Chewbacca every time. I got to come up with a nickname for you. I was like, nah, you don't.
Why did you have to be so?
It didn't need to be
Okay, yeah.
so on the nose.
I'll
You
give
could
you
have just
that
called
one.
him Chewie.
That one was
and we would
really-
have gotten it.
that
Oh,
one
okay,
was
that's
really
his
rough.
nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't mind
and if they
things-
wanted to address it, you could have just been like, "I'm going to call you Chewie."
I didn't mind things like the Kessel Run reference like that.
No, I
don't
understand building a plot
Yeah.
around the Kessel Run, but it also took me out a little that they weren't going with what I've assumed was the intention of the Kessel Run bit, which was that Han Solo was just lying to impress these backwater people on Tatooine, and you can tell on Alec Guinness's face that he sees right through him.
Oh, so you think that but he wasn't lying. He was telling the truth.
I know, that's my point. By making him tell the truth, they rob the original moment of some of its humor
Oh, so you don't
or
think
its potential.
or its character moment.
so you don't think that Obi-Wan believed him? No.
No, because a parsec is a unit of distance, not a unit of time, and he uses it as if it's a unit of time. But because they went with the more traditional EU explanation of, oh, well, it's because of all the black holes, it actually is a matter of how much distance you clocked in the Kessel Run.
Okay, but that's
important.
kind of awesome that they did it that way. I mean, as a Star Wars nerd, I know that's fan service, but I kind of love that. Like, I kind of the fact that they go out of their way to actually make it the truth.
Potential?
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I get that
I'm
it's
just saying
like
it started as a character moment, and now it's just become, oh, here's this elaborate sci-fi explanation for
Sure.
it.
Yeah, but it still can be a character moment for Obi-Wan, that he's that skeptical of this guy that actually was telling him the truth, that he just
Isn't
kind
that-
of writes him off.
And in some ways, I think that is that is Han Solo's character. It's like he's got these it seems like he's kind of got a big heart. He's kind of got good intentions a lot
But
of times.
no one believes him anyway.
But nobody believes him because he's Jeremy, obviously. So
wait, if we're all Star Wars characters?
no, we're not doing that.
We've
done that
done
one
too
yet?
many. We've done too many. Who would be what characters?
No,
You know people are thinking about it right now, Kuipers.
it's,
Let him tell you after the show.
no, but I don't know. I get it. There was definitely like signs of fan service in that movie, but I think maybe it's just like that's some of that stuff is nostalgia, and I just was like, yay, and so I wasn't that critical of it. Like I might have been with other stuff.
One of the things that I find funny though with the new Star Wars movies that are coming out is that it
Not
seems
anymore.
Well, I mean, just in
Yeah, I know
general,
what you
any of the Disney Star Wars movies, it seems like the one that had the most fan service was the one that was like accepted, despite the fact that there was so much fan service in it in The Force Awakens, because it was like there wasn't a ton of. I didn't think there was a lot of stuff that was peppered in specifically to be like, hey, you know what we're doing here with this, or hey, you know what we're doing here with this in Rogue One or in Solo as much as there was in The Force Awakens.
Well, but I think that was more of a story beat thing where
And
it was
that-
like
and that could
following, episode 4 pretty closely.
Whereas
Right.
those other two are kind of standalone.
Right, but I mean, it's interesting the way that it seems like there's a lot of fans that just have.
Well-
I don't know. It seems like they because things didn't end up the way that they always expected it to. It's just such a
You mean that he hooks up with his sister?
what?
Oh, sorry.
Who?
Okay, Kyle.
Bad joke.
I think part of this discussion hinges on the fact that The Force Awakens was the first one that we had. Mm-hmm. And so you kind of expect some level of just pure
That's
fan
true.
service in the first venture
And
back.
it's a continuation.
Right, and it's a continuation. But because we already had the very fan service heavy movie, once we keep getting more and more of it, it's like, okay, we already got this.
Sure. And I get that, but I mean, I guess it makes more sense to have some of that fan service stuff in Rogue One and Solo than it did in The Force Awakens, just in the fact that those took place in those other times, and that was some of that back history specific about those characters.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Twitch says, talking Star Wars again.
Yeah, that's not too uncommon around here.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Star Wars is just good, but they did announce that
not Star
they
Trek.
paused all the movies after Solo, except for probably like obviously the
Episode 9.
9.
but-
yeah. But all of the non-saga driven ones.
which I was pretty interested in what they were going to do with the Obi-Wan
Yeah.
one.
I'll loan you Last Days in the Desert sometime. Just imagine it's an Obi-Wan movie.
Okay.
Were they...
Is that the one with the shirtless men kissing?
No, that's the angelic conversation.
Oh, okay, I get those two confused.
I think there had been at least some rumors that they might have gotten Ewan McGregor to do that movie too,
Yeah,
which would have been awesome.
yeah, I think that would have been cool.
I hate the fact that there was so little representation for Solo at the box office.
Here's the thing is, okay, I feel like there's two camps, right? There's the people that are like, too much fan service. And then there's the people who are like, not enough fan service. And that's like, because it's like, everybody's criticism for Force Awakens and Solo is the fan service thing. And then you look at like Last Jedi and everybody's just like, oh, they ruined all these characters that we love. And like, it's like, can nobody, I think no matter what they do with Star Wars at this point, nobody's going to be happy. Like, it's just impossible.
I would like to point out there is a difference between fan service and just doing what the fans expect.
Well, how is that much different though? Like, I mean, like it's still, you're doing a service to the fans by doing what they expect.
Okay,
right?
yeah, if you're going to get some anticle.
Oh, I mean, I'm just whatever. I'm just saying, like,
think
I
there's
feel
a
like
third group of people who just go,
that's
it's
you."
another Star Wars movie.
Okay, Han. But there's just a thing that like I don't know like what they want. Like what do people want out of these movies if they can't enjoy Solo and they have to be super critical of The Last Jedi, and it's just like I don't get it. Like I honestly, the one that I think is the weakest is probably not popular opinion, but I think Rogue One was kind of lame. I didn't really enjoy it. But I know a lot of people
Because
really
you're masculine and you just don't like women.
No, if I said that, I would have complained about The Last Jedi. You know, because
He's trying to get you.
He's
No.
goading you.
Trying to stay involved in this boring conversation.
We know.
Anyways, I'm sorry it's boring. You guys want to talk about something else?
Well,
Let's
we can
go
talk
for it.
about the precursor to Star Wars.
Space Force.
We could,
We're not. We do. Oh,
What?
but we're not there yet.
We're not
could.
there yet?
Transition
We
to
can't.
that.
Well,
I thought that's what you were going for.
That's fine.
That's what
Jeremy transitioned us. Let's move on to our topic of the
I mean,
night.
I alluded. Anyway,
Our Lord and President Trump has decided that we will have a sixth branch of the military
Yes.
called Space Force.
Supreme Leader Trump
Space Force.
has announced that we're going to have a Space Force.
Because it's like the Air Force.
Did you
but
see the
it's
video
in
of this?
space.
This is it, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
because
it.
there's no air
No.
in space.
There is a Space Command.
There's a what?
So
That's United Nations Space Command, but it's different.
So did you see any of
No, I
like
didn't
him
really watch
actually
the
announcing
video.
it?
No.
He announces it, and then he like looks around the room because he doesn't know where the general is that he's tasking this to in general.
It's 'cause he's in
to
space already.
Yeah. Where is he? You're gonna get this taken care of, right? Yeah, that's my boy. Like,
Is it Elon Musk?
no, it was some general that's going to now be in charge of
General
this.
Musk.
General Musk.
That kind of sounds like a Star Wars character, to be completely
Oh,
honest.
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Stop talking about Star Wars. It's boring me, Kuipers.
Well, that's what we're talking about here is future Star Wars.
I mean, didn't Reagan try to
It's to be
start a Star
prepared.
Wars program? Like,
he might have.
I thought he made he wanted to be able to shoot.
There was an actual
missiles.
Star Wars program.
That's what I just said.
That's what you asked if it was true, and I said yes.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he wasn't it to like shoot down missiles from space or something if people try to launch
I think
nukes
so.
at us.
I think so.
It was a set of satellites
Well,
for
yeah, I
for
mean,
missile deterrence.
one of the things that Trump said with this is that it is something that's important to our national security. And
of
that we don't.
aliens?
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think some of what his explanation was we have to beat other countries into having a force in space
Defensive
to protect
force
our own
in
country.
space and our satellites
and
all that
satellites,
jazz.
yeah.
Which technically it kind of already exists inside the military today, but not as its own dedicated branch. It's already part of
Now
the
it
Air
is-
Force.
So now it is no longer a part of the Air Force. It is now.
Well,
a
he said
department
it's equal to the Air Force.
Yeah,
Right.
instead of it was
separate but
it was
equal.
under the umbrella of the Air Force. In fact, a lot of Air Force people have come out very much against of this because they feel like it's actually going to weaken the Air Force because there's going to be this which department handles it when it's in the stratosphere, which department handles, and it's
What
actually
about the
going to
ozone
split
layer?
things. So maybe that's in the stratosphere.
I mean, it's
But what about it?
that's
It's
something that
either there or not
eventually
there.
would get ironed out. Like to say that that's what will weaken it. I don't. That's like saying that not knowing which county a murder happened in is weakening police departments. There's going to be defined lines and parameters that'll say, hey, this is where this is no longer within their jurisdiction. This is going to be then the Space Force.
Because we have already had what it's currently called the U.S. Air Force Space Command, and that would then become this new branch instead.
Right.
I think part of this comes from the fact that Russia actually has the Russian Space Forces as a branch of their military.
Probably.
That's
Somehow that sounds less
And it
silly.
feels, it sounds less silly that the Russians have a space.
No, just the name
Force?
somehow sounds less silly than Space Force.
Wasn't there a new anime
true.
fighting game released announced
Space
at
Force?
E3 called Jump Force?
Oh, maybe.
I think so. I think it was like Dragon Ball
It was all the anime.
and Naruto.
Yeah. It's a bunch of anime.
So we're going to be protected from space. So this doesn't really have anything to do with aliens then.
Well, yeah, and the funny thing
That's
that
sad.
that space.com has listed here is that it is more than likely going to help protect Earth from future asteroid threats, more than anything else, which makes sense. I mean, the biggest threats that are known right now with space is asteroids and other countries' space programs. So,
Space droids.
yeah,
Why don't they call it the asteroid force?
I don't know.
But see, he also talked about it helping us get back to the moon and go
Harvest
on to,
all that
and,
cheese.
and go on to Mars. So also people from NASA are like, wait a minute, you've been taking money from us, like they've been reducing NASA's budget for years, decades, and now some of what they were tasked to come up with solutions for, Trump wants to militarize it, basically.
Yep.
Whereas NASA is exclusively non-militarized. Well, technically, it's not supposed to be, but there are overlaps. Like, to be an astronaut, you have to be in the military.
So when are we going to make cool space vehicles with lasers on them?
We already have them.
Oh, we do.
We do?
Oh, we have rail guns on ships. Did you know about that?
This one?
Yes.
Yes, that one's a little larger than the real one.
Star Wars.
Explain it for the
Star
audio
Wars,
listeners.
Star Destroyer with a giant sign on it that says Trump
It's got a billboard with
make the galaxy great again with
Yeah.
Vader.
Vader sticking his hand out to pull you into the Trump union.
How much you want to bet Trump would look at Darth Vader and go, "That is a strong leader."
Probably.
Not enough orange skin for me personally.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen under the suit. It's pretty orange.
Okay, good.
Is
Yeah.
that from all that lava?
It's from all the lava.
Yeah. So Space Force is a thing that's real, and it's not nearly as exciting as I hoped for.
Yeah.
I was hoping they discovered aliens,
and that's why we needed it.
and they wanted to protect us from the aliens.
Kuipers just threw up a picture of a dude with the alien face sucker that says
Face hugger.
Yeah, face sucker hugger. It says join the Space Force.
Watch
They
your
said
language.
it'll be awesome. They said, yeah, that doesn't look like fun. That's probably what our future has in store, though. Most
Face hugging.
yeah, face hugging.
Well,
makes sense.
we're not going to be protected by the aliens, but that's fine.
From the
whatever.
aliens.
From the aliens.
I
We're
mean,
not going
if
to be
we're
protected by them either.
I don't
might
know.
be.
Yeah, if the Vulcans come, then
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
we're
if
safe.
it's more of a Star Trek future than a Star Wars future, we could be protected by the aliens.
I don't know.
we'd be protected long enough to become the leaders of the Federation.
Yeah.
I feel like under our current status, we'd wind up being the mirror universe and open fire on the Vulcans when they landed.
That's probably true.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
Maybe they would just enslave us all.
I can only hope.
Are they?
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Are you saying that would be better than to
Jeremy
the
wants to-
alternative of them killing
Then Trump
us?
Nation? Oh.
No, the aliens.
Oh, yeah. Would it be better than killing us? I don't know.
What like would alien if we discovered that they were actual aliens? Like would anybody here
Aliens.
like would that like how would that change you at all?
Like you're talking about humanoid aliens?
I'm just saying like aliens
Or like
hey,
aliens that are
intelligent-
the same as like
let's say they're
a bug here on Earth.
let's say that they're
You're-
equal. They're roughly approximately equal to us, or maybe
From
more
a
intelligent.
brain intelligence
Yeah.
standpoint, so humanoid.
Yeah, like how would that change
Well,
your?
they could
perce-
be. They could still be
Intelligence
intelligence wise,
Yeah.
and not be a
Oh,
humanoid.
you're saying they could look like a spider but be able to talk to us. Okay, cool.
I'm just saying if we discovered aliens that like we were at least concerned that they could be a threat to humanity. Like, how would that change you? Would that change you or your perspective on life? Would that change anything, or would you just be like, whatever, aliens? I'm good.
I think it depends on what we know about the aliens.
Let's say we don't know much about them, but we know that they could be a potential threat. They're alive. They have the ability to travel to Earth.
If they have the ability to travel to Earth, we're probably toast, because if they are anywhere near that technologically advanced, and that they're that far ahead of us, we're probably in more danger than not.
Well, we
Why
could hope
would
for
we
a
be in danger?
I mean, unless it was a race like the Vulcans, where they were a peaceful.
Go ahead, Nathan.
we could hope for a War of the Worlds twist where it turns out that the thing that kills them is a common cold because they don't have the same immunities we do.
That's true.
But then again,
Or it could be like
they
signs.
could kill all of us because of something they
We're
brought
water?
to Earth.
Yeah.
Well, that
Water.
could also apply.
Maybe the water is death to them, like signs. They went, but honestly, you just hope it rained. Like, I don't know.
I bless the rains down in Africa.
And everywhere else on the globe that may have killed aliens. There's, it's, I don't know. It's a
I
weird
mean,
thing.
there's plenty of signs of aliens, right, on the Earth.
But if
right?
they get to us first, like that means they're way more intelligent, right? They're like at least technologically advanced, like to be able to travel the distances.
yeah, it could just
and,
mean that their existence has lasted longer than ours.
okay.
Or they could have evolved to especially have technical development, but not necessarily any other kind of intelligence.
like street smarts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
they wouldn't
without
last a
that-
minute in the
actually,
Bronx.
Without that, I don't think you could have the technological advances. But
I mean, how quick would we go from like? I just feel like our gut reaction would be like, if it's aliens, like especially America with like their love of guns, like we would just start like killing them the first chance we got. Like,
Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
Like, I feel like we wouldn't even try to negotiate. It would just be like,
any negotiation would
let's murder them.
Yeah, any negotiation would come from another country after the United States has already been wiped off the face of the
I
planet.
mean, I don't know about that.
feel like aliens would be like, we're going to honor your governmental borders on this planet that we just came to.
Yeah, I don't
They're
think they're
just,
gonna.
I think they're going to treat
It is possible, though. I mean, if they know that there's
possible.
that, if there's, they know there's those kinds of things, and if everybody else is saying, "Whoa, we're not like those crazy Americans with their guns that are shooting at you."
Yeah, we're Canadians.
Yeah, with our guns that are shooting at you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like in general, like it's gonna be. I'm not saying like another country's better than us like that. That they're above. They're gonna use their own means to attack them. But I just think that it's just. Yeah, I just think that America kind of has maybe a mentality of, hey, we're survivors. We're gonna do this. Like you can't stop us, type thing. And that's maybe. But I don't think any other countries just. I mean, other than what Switzerland or something, they might just like.
Yeah.
What do they
Well,
have?
I mean, it's
cheese pocket knives. What are they gonna give them? I don't know.
it depends on how things.
No,
things
they
start.
can't have pocket knives over there either.
I mean, and that I think that's one of the
Kitchen
reasons
knives.
that I really liked
about
Arrival
Swiss
so
Army
much.
knives? Well, because
'Cause-
it was so boring,
well-
it put you to sleep.
No, because it was one of those where there wasn't like a ton of violence or anything that was brought on Earth, and so it gave Earth the ability to kind of how are we supposed to handle that? And I don't know. It probably wouldn't be quite that easy.
Somehow, I bet your favorite part about that movie is somehow they made Jeremy McBoring face even more boring than he already was.
I knew you were gonna say something about McBoring face, and I know you hate him.
I was just impressed that like he didn't actually detract from the movie. Like they just made him worse.
You sure made it sound like he detracted from the movie.
No, I think
Yeah.
I think that the only reason he did is because they made his character so boring that like I didn't even know he was capable of being that boring. Arrival is an interesting way to play this because that movie, I think for me, like the thing that I really didn't like at its core was just like it was so abstract, like all the alien technology. Maybe that's a good representation of what it would be because we would be looking at something we don't understand. But just the way everything is so abstract, it was just like, I don't know. It's just they couldn't get me to care about it, which obviously I only like stupid Star Wars movies, so whatever.
Eric just doesn't like the idea of aliens.
And you
coming
don't
to
really
Earth.
like any other major.
Are you going to say that right now just because I said I didn't like Arrival?
No,
I
I was just
Independence
thinking
Day, the
from, like-
first one, but not the second one because that
Okay,
looked bad and it
see?
didn't have Will Smith, so shut up.
But I'm any like saga based or episodic based sci-fi space related.
He watched Lost in Space.
Like series
Not really. I watched
or
like
anything.
one episode.
But not just
You gave
movies,
up on
right?
it,
Like
huh?
like Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate.
Stargate sucks.
what
Star Trek
about,
sucks. Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Transformers,
Galaga.
those are aliens.
What
Transformers
about
sucks.
That I'll give you.
Battlestar Galactica? No,
That
you're
sucks.
not one of them
The
either.
only other good, I mean, I love Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
That's a
okay.
great movie.
That is a great
It's
movie.
also not a serialized
yeah,
episodic
exactly.
story
So you like
he was.
single stories.
Okay.
Start and
Really, Eric is not a huge
Star Wars.
sci-fi fan.
That's true.
I like
That's-
good sci-fi.
It's questionable.
Do you like Dragon Ball Z?
Well, I didn't expect that.
I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued by this. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't like Star Trek. I don't really like. I thought the first remake of the J.J. Abrams one, that was all right. I don't know what. I mean, what else is there other than Stargate? Like, who likes that? Like, do people actually
amazing.
like that show?
Yes.
I just figured that was.
Do you know how many?
All
of
I know
those have
about
been
that show is
created?
there's like a big circle that lights up and people
They've
walk
had-
through it and it's
they've had,
fun.
like,
And MacGyver's there for some reason.
They've had like 6 or 7 different spin-off versions of it. They've had more spin-offs than Star Trek has from a series perspective.
There are dozens of us.
I don't know.
They
if
haven't
that's
had as many
accurate.
episodes.
I don't
They
know if
have
they've
had-
had as many series
I
as
think they
Star
have,
Trek has.
or maybe as many. It's close. Anyway, they're huge, and it all started with a single movie,
And I would also
technically a book, but that's beside the point.
I would also say that the Stargate. I don't know if you could classify that as being as huge a sci-fi series and whatnot as Star Trek, just because.
No, it's not
a
as
large-
big because of the length
most of that
of
stuff.
time.
Most of that stuff was on Sci-Fi Channel too.
I like Back to the Future. Is that sci-fi?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's kind of.
It's not space sci-fi.
Oh. Okay, give me other. You gave me like 2 examples: Star Trek and Stargate. What else is there?
Battlestar Galactica.
Babylon 5.
Babylon 5. Come on,
Doctor
that's great.
Who's.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a stretch.
How is that a stretch?
I mean,
I
it's
just-
not,
I
it's
did-
all
Aliens and
space.
time travel.
I mean,
I
that's
just-
more time travel than anyway.
I haven't seen the Stargate movie, so yeah,
The
I
original
can't-
one?
the original movie. So
Yeah.
I can't talk about that. Maybe
That
I'd
was
like it.
James Spader and
Correct.
who was it? Was it?
MacGyver.
One of the guys was in the first season.
No, MacGyver was on the TV show.
Oh, okay.
correct. That is
who was-
correct.
I can never.
Who was it
remember.
that
He was
was?
the
Was it
general.
Kurt Russell?
Was it? No, I gotta look.
I don't know.
I-
Doesn't matter. What about the Aliens movies? Are those
Do you
considered-
like
Aliens movies?
them?
You didn't really like those movies.
I like
that much.
Prometheus, and I didn't mind the first Alien. It was all right.
But see,
Okay.
those are kind of again singular.
I like
start,
I mean,
end.
Yeah, but I just feel like the writing on Star
Not
Trek and stuff,
episodic.
like those shows, maybe I just haven't. It doesn't. It's not that good to me. Like I don't know. It's just not that captivating. Like I don't know what. Why is I'm not saying it's bad because I can't say that because I haven't consumed all of it. So I'm just trying to figure out like why. What are you guys
Who did-
whispering
who did I
about?
It was Kurt Russell and
Who did I
James
say?
Spader. I don't remember, but it wasn't Kurt Russell.
Okay.
I don't know.
Whoever I said was who I get mixed up with. Kurt
Dark
Russell.
Matter on
Oh,
Netflix
Dark Matter was
shows.
great.
What's that?
What's?
What's Dark
I haven't
Matter?
seen Dark Matter.
It's another. It's newer. It's like what last 3-4 years that it came out.
Jolliver says Eric enjoys when the internet hates him. It's not that I'm not trying
passionately-
to. I'm not trying to poop on this stuff because honestly, if I'm giving an honest opinion, I haven't watched enough of it. Like I said, I haven't consumed enough of it to give it like an honest review
But
and say.
it's not like the genre you don't lean into that genre. Space sci-fi stuff.
I like Mass Effect 2. That was really good. Mass Effect 1 and 2 were really good, and then they ruined it with 3. I'm just saying.
I feel like
You're not
I feel like
wrong.
That was kind of a saga.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Those were like 80 hours worth of games I played.
Yeah, that is true.
Not wrong.
I don't know. I think that there's a lot of bad writing through some of Star Trek. There's definitely
There's a lot of bad writing
there's-
in a lot of space
Well,
sci-fi
yeah,
shows.
absolutely.
There's a lot
But-
of bad writing in a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna watch Two Broke Girls either. You know, like,
Oh, that's entirely bad
Yeah,
writing.
that-
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
that's like a flawed premise from the beginning,
does
though. Like,
Firefly count as an episodic? Sorry, once anyway.
yeah, it was a season.
Oh, Red Dwarf, The 100. That's another one.
I do
No, I
like
don't.
Red Dwarf.
Andromeda. That's another one. That's really bad though. That one's
Men in
terrible.
Black. Beatrice asks Men in Black. I like the first one. It's pretty, and kind of the second one is kind of okay. I don't hate the third one to be honest.
You said you don't hate.
I don't hate it. No. It's not like I love it, but I don't hate
I
it.
don't really like the second one.
Wait, which one is the second one?
Second one is the one.
Is that one with the
where-
girl?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one is I think the third one might be
That's-
better than the second.
The second
one
one is the one
The
where
third
they
one
have
is
to.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah, second one's the one where they have to go and get K back.
that's right. Okay, I think I confused the two. Yeah,
And then the third one.
first and the third are better.
The third one is
Yeah.
the one where
What
he
you-
has to go back in time and help the young Thanos so that he can grow up to be Kane or grow up to be K.
Jolliver says I should bash Friends next. Like the TV show?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Why is that?
That's what
I
he's
don't
saying.
get it.
Because
You hate it. You like it
because
when
you
the internet
hate it,
hates
and
you.
it's something that is cherished by a large
Oh,
amount
really?
of people.
Oh, I think Friends freaking sucks. So yeah, there you go, internet.
Yeah.
The Friends is dumb, and I hate it. So there.
I will say though, I think that Friends very much.
Honestly, the worst part about Friends for me though is like when people quote it and they think I should know what they're quoting, and I just look at them with a blank stare.
Yeah.
And then everyone laughs, and I go, "What are you quoting? I don't know what this is. This something about a smelly cat? I don't know."
Farscape. I forgot about that one.
Like,
Jeremy's still looking at it.
And Futurama. Come on, does that count?
oh gosh,
Yeah,
you guys.
Futurama counts.
You know what?
That
I
was
think,
good.
I
That
think-
was good.
you know
I'm
what?
glad they brought it back
I
a
think
few
you guys
times.
might have pinned me down on something here because now the more I think about it, I don't really like Futurama.
I don't
either.
think you. I think
So-
it's just that you don't like a lot
the
of the
genre.
space
Yeah.
sci-fi. It's the
It's
genre.
okay.
and
That's
that's
okay.
fine.
But I absolutely love Star Wars. Like I love Star Wars.
But
That's okay.
but Star
But I mean,
Wars
why
doesn't-
I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's not okay. I'm not trying to say it's okay or not okay. But I'm
I
just,
think though
space
there's a lot
opera.
of people who probably fall into that camp.
I think there's a lot of Star Wars that doesn't really go into some of the.
lamer
like-
parts of space movies. and
Well, I
stuff.
mean, just some of like more
the parts where they click on Legos.
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars.
I'm just kidding.
Star Wars is a fantasy series set in a sci-fi setting.
Maybe that's why I like
Yes.
it better then. Maybe I'm
Yes.
more into the fantasy stuff.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have
they
a
don't
lot of
focus
the.
on the space aspect.
Well, they don't focus on the science aspect of
no,
know,
I mean
trying
they're in
to
a starfighter.
run your
It's like
ship
a,
and make sure that it's running.
like an an F-16 just in black sky versus blue sky. That's all it is.
I don't know what that means.
What? You lost me.
Yeah,
It's like a fighter jet, not a spaceship.
What are you talking about?
Like the whole the way the
I mean,
all the space aspects of Star Wars is like very muted, except for
except for the fact that it's all about being in space. Like I don't know
Is
what
it?
you're.
is it?
Well, it's not about exploring
there's a-
space like Star Trek, but that's
It's about
there's
different
the-
environments that they're on.
that's the difference. I think is that there's a lot
it
of
doesn't.
a
It's
lot
not
of
really about space at all.
a lot
about
of
exploring.
space sci-fi is about exploring and
The antics and things that they
different-
get into,
different things
like
that happen.
scenarios.
One of the things though too is that like a lot of them is like science fiction, like meaning that's scientifically plausible. After watching the movie Interstellar, realizing more of the concepts about space travel there, and then looking at Star Wars, that just completely ruins the movies totally.
yeah. But I did.
Okay, Interstellar is shooting for more of a hard sci-fi, though. There's
True.
also soft
Okay.
sci-fi.
Yeah,
So then I really
True,
like hard sci-fi. Is that it?
Yeah,
Then
you do.
I want it hard. That's all I'm saying. Give me that. I want extra Viagra with my sci-fi.
Call me Space Daddy.
I don't. I just no. I don't. That's the
Full
thing.
frontal space.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. I shouldn't.
No,
I shouldn't be allowed to poo-poo on other people's things because I haven't watched them all. I have not consumed them all. I tried to watch the first Star Trek movie, and I could only watch Captain Kirk travel slowly through a space elevator for so long. Okay. I could only manage.
I think that's
so much
dated
of that.
for you, though.
I couldn't
in a
do
way
it.
that's different than Star Wars because of your love
They
for
just
that.
kept cutting to his face and then cutting wide
the-
and then cutting to his face and
Okay,
then
Star,
cutting wide.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture
picture is not good.
Is infamously slow.
What was I supposed to do? I didn't
Watch,
understand it.
just watch The Wrath of Khan. Just start there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I like the motion picture. I understand it's way too slow for its own good.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how anybody could sit through that. I know I have ADD, but still that is another level of boring. Like
Well, and some of that I think is the time that it was filmed in.
20
too, because-
minutes of him going across the space elevator.
You also have to keep in mind it had been like 13 years since the show had been canceled, so it was a big moment to get to not only see the Enterprise again, but also to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
So it was a big momentous occasion at the time.
You gotta tip the hat to Star Wars too, because without Star Wars, that movie wasn't possible. And you can see there's an insane amount of things that they had grabbed from Star Wars, even just in the way that like the uniforms and things that they were wearing on the Enterprise. Were set for the big screen and in something that you never saw from Star Trek before that altered some of that based on what they had seen with Star Wars. But the difference was it was still very much about the exploration. It wasn't about this big international struggle against this empire, this dictator. So.
Okay.
So how many years before our Space Force becomes... I mean, I suppose we'd have to have treaties with,
Well,
with aliens first.
Yeah,
according to the Star Trek timeline, we got first contact coming up in
It's like 30 years. Isn't it like
It's 2063.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
2063.
So you got 45 years?
Yep.
I might live that long.
I mean,
You got to live through the eugenics wars and World War III first.
there is a small chance I'll be alive then.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
I mean,
And
I
lifespans will get longer.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah.
still a small chance that I'll be alive.
Well, I'm sorry that I've like I don't know. I'm sorry guys. I didn't mean to like
I
ruin
don't.
all
I
of
think
your
it's a
things.
it was a.
I just don't. I just maybe that's the thing is like I
Maybe
don't.
in 45 years we'll be thanking Trump for being so
Yeah.
forward thinking.
Yeah, that'd be
Maybe.
true. I'm sorry I don't enjoy boring stuff. All right, before we go, let's move. We cannot forget.
No, wait, hang on. Let's back up here. You can't apologize for poo-pooing on stuff and then immediately poo-poo on it. Not even a millisecond after you have apologized
I mean,
for
you
it.
can if it's not an apology, Kyle.
Oh my gosh!
We're
you're
sorry
such a
you feel
jerk.
that way.
Exactly.
No, so, no.
I shouldn't make fun of the stuff that you like, even though it's all terrible garbage.
Just kidding. I'm joking.
He's not joking, people, but you know him well enough to know.
Sup, login.
Hey, login.
Hey,
Oh man.
Did you lose the fail? Has that been gone a while? And I
it's
Yeah,
changed a few
it changed.
times.
Oh,
Welcome to the show.
I'm
Logan.
sorry. I did not notice.
Okay. Do I need to?
No,
sincere
we're-
apology.
No, you don't have
can't
to.
even go back now.
Yeah, it's-
Eric, it's written on
You're
your
gonna-
face.
yeah. It's
Your sarcasm.
all over your face.
Oh,
Let
kind
me
of
see
Lisa
if I-
Rice attitude. I mean,
What?
sending.
See, I just, it's one of those things you just kind of have to accept that Eric is not going to be a fan of those things and move
Yeah.
on. And that's what I've done.
I mean, it's like,
but I'm
Agents of
still gonna
S.H.I.E.L.D.
call him
Don't
on his
talk to it about
apology.
in front of him. You know.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm not going to try and convince him to watch something that I know that he's already made up his mind doesn't look like it's appealing at all to him. So that's just wasted breath.
It's okay
Are you
if
sure you
Eric
don't
has bad taste, right, Kyle?
Are you sure you don't want to watch
Yeah.
Young Sheldon with me?
Okay, Kuipers, you're fired.
I agree.
Get out.
Actually,
Only if
Kuipers,
it's an anime.
Yeah, I'll watch Young Sheldon with you.
Oh.
Let's go do that now. That's actually sounds better than all this Star Trek bullcrap. All right, everybody, let's not
Because
forget
he's such a big
to
fan of Star
thank
Trek.
our lovely. I got to thank everyone for all these Patreon peeps for putting up with me. That's right. You still support us. I know that you're supporting these other guys because they're the lovable ones. I'm the one that just hates things. But thanks for being a Patreon peep. Going to patreon.com/MinuteTub and supporting us at the $10 level or higher. That's the names you see here. That's God of Atheists and Jay Oliver. They are our co-producers, cohorts. They are our partners in crime. And we love them long time. Very much so. You can also be a part of this by going to patreon.com/MinuteTub and signing up. And we would very much appreciate it. Login says Eric is balanced. Thank you, Login. Sometimes
Yeah,
you,
like
you,
Fox.
You got to have someone with a little bit of a critical eye, right? Someone who can tell the truth in a world
Now
of
you sound
fake news.
Now you sound like you're on Fox News.
Sometimes you just got to have someone who can cut through
Oh, my
the
goodness.
fog, of lies by the left-leaning crazy people, right?
He just called Jeremy left-leaning.
I mean,
That's funny.
In the space
That's
argument.
funny.
That's what
if
he
you
thinks.
like Star Trek, obviously.
I am more liberal in my enjoyment of space shows than Eric.
I think that just implies you like. Oh, that is true.
Oh yeah.
No, I
Or,
think
or I'm more progressive in my liking.
here's the thing.
of
Okay, we
space.
got to end this show, but I'm just like making this extended version because here's the thing about like Star Trek specifically, like that the stories like are so like the writing is so hit or miss on that. Like I understand that there's some really good episodes, but like they're just peppered in amongst a bunch of bad episodes. So like how do you I guess if you just started it from the beginning, like you were there when it started and you've watched it all, like that's fine. I've watched bad TV like that too, but I just couldn't ever see myself going back and like trying to watch all this stuff again. Like how, like I've heard there's lists out there of like how to watch Star Trek now. Like there's certain episodes that you watch and you ignore all the other ones because they're not
Really
good.
No, you got to watch them all.
No, there's episodes
Gotta
that you
watch 'em all. Gotta
absolutely
watch 'em all.
don't have to watch. Absolutely,
but
there
the
are.
Stargate series, it is important that you watch them chronologically, including spanning each one of the different spin-off series. That's incredibly important. Just so you know,
You know, I
in
just
case
realized
anyone's curious
I'm
to go
having
back.
this conversation about what TV to watch from the guy who watches The Ranch on Netflix. I need to stop while I'm ahead, everybody. I love y'all. Good night.
I just have a broader palette than you.
That's what she said. Good night, everyone. I love you. Like I've said a million times before, we don't have to agree, but we just have to hug. That's all.
And hold hands.
And hold hands. Love y'all. We'll see you.
Are we holding hands again? Is that what's happening?
No, we're not holding hands again. Okay, let's hold hands. Everyone. Good night, everybody. Gosh dang it, Kuipers. Why are you still sweaty?
I had to run the show, kid.
I know it's stressful. No one can hear you. You're too far from your microphone.
How's that? That would be better.
Imagine that. Nathan saves the day with a reach around.
Okay, that's Kyle where you hit the badunk dunk.
What are you talking about?
Badonkadunk?
I'm not hitting a badonkadunk over here.
Kyle, come on. This is the part where you hit the badonkadunk. We can't release until the music stops.
Oh boy.
Silence is our safe word.
That was a good movie.
Silence. Silence is an excellent movie. See, I can agree on that. Say I don't have bad taste in things. I like Silence. Bunch of poopy butts.
So defensive. I was just saying